Hi, it's been a minute.
Sorry that we took a break, but we are back.
We're back. I'm Sadie, this is Cam, and this is Moose.
And we are a family. We have been focusing on doing something a little bit different recently. We used to flip a lot of couches and furniture, and we kind of got sick of that. No, it just got old. And we just want to do something new, and so we started doing this thing called Airbnb Arbitrage, and it's been really good. And we want to tell you about it.
Yeah, you may know us from flipping couches or flipping pallets or Amazon FBA. We've done a little bit of everything, but I think we finally found what we really like to do, and that's this arbitrage.
So we just wanted to kind of go over that and talk about what we've been doing.
So if you don't know what Airbnb arbitrage is, it's essentially renting a place, a unit, a house, an apartment, anything of that nature, furnishing it, and then subleasing it onto Airbnb. And what we've been doing is a lot of midterm rentals.
So when you rent out a home, there are, I'd say, 3 different main types of ways that you can rent out a home. You can do short-term, you can do midterm, and you can do long-term. Long-term is you get a tenant for a year or more. Short-term is you put it on Airbnb and do like nightly rentals. And then midterm is kind of this new way to rent your home where you do month to month. And a lot of the times it's to like people that are in a certain area for business, or like traveling nurses, or somebody that's like relocating or something and they want to get to know the area before they actually move in full time.
So what's really cool about this is that you're furnishing a place for someone to live for 30 days or more, so you don't need any short-term licenses. You don't need to go through the hassle of getting it cleaned every other day. You just have these tenants that live there. They're working professionals, so they're usually pretty clean and nice, and it just goes a lot smoother, we think, than short-term rentals do, because we have also done short-term.
And it was not fun. So if you own your own place, or if you have like the cash position to buy a place and do a midterm rental, it's a really good idea, because obviously owning a place is going to give you more long-term benefits than just renting a place. But if you're not in a cash position to be able to do that, it's nice to be able to rent a place and then sublease it as a midterm rental.
So obviously our long-term goal is to own our own real estate, but during this past year, we didn't have enough cash for a down payment and interest rates were through the roof, so we thought that this would be a really good avenue to travel down. So we started out by looking in our home city, and we were having a really hard time finding places that would accept us for what we were describing as a corporate lease.
So in the beginning, when I first started calling these apartment complexes, it was pretty difficult just because I didn't really know what I was doing. I had watched a few videos and I was just kind of winging it. So basically what I was doing in the beginning was I was just calling these apartment complexes and asking if I could sublease it on Airbnb. And most of the time, apartment complexes don't like that because, I mean, there's a lot of problems that they'd have to deal with on their end. So it was usually a no, but as I learned a little bit more, I started to approach these apartment complexes from like a business perspective as opposed to just like us personally.
What we basically had to do was set up an LLC. It's really easy to set up an LLC. Maybe we'll do a different video on that. But anyways, we set up an LLC and then we pitched it to these apartment complexes saying like, hey, we're a business, we're providing housing for these traveling professionals. Would you like to do business with us? And I think it's really beneficial for both parties because, you know, we're going in, we're furnishing the apartment complexes, but then we're also finding great tenants. We're paying our rent every single month. We're getting it cleaned every time we have a turnover. So I think that we're taking great care of the units and we're paying them rent every single month, which is essentially what they want.
So basically when we started to approach it in this aspect, where we did it under a corporate lease as opposed to our personal name, we started to get a lot of yeses. I mean, there was still a lot of no's. It does take quite some time to find apartment complexes that will allow it. That's definitely the hardest part about this. But if you're interested in getting into it, I would definitely say step 1 is getting an LLC and approaching it as a business instead of just calling people randomly under your own name.
There's so many videos that we can make from this just describing the process, but for this video we just want to give you a quick overview of everything we did to acquire these properties and to get them running and how good they're doing, I guess.
An important part of doing this as well is just explaining to them that it's going to be 30 days or more. Most of the time they don't allow 30 days or less, which is like the base thing. So just make sure they know that it's 30 days or more. Also make them aware that you do background checks on every guest, because that's something that most require.
We were having a really hard time in our own city getting a yes, but we knew that as soon as we got one yes, it would kind of unlock the doors for other apartment complexes because we could use them as a reference. Anyways, we called an apartment complex in Denver and we finally got a yes. So it all happened really quickly. We gathered all the furniture, I did all the design work, Cam did all the talking and leasing with the apartment manager, and we picked up and we went to Denver to set up this apartment.
So when we got there, it probably took us like 2 or 3 days to get all the furniture taken out of all the boxes, set up, take all the packaging away, take all the pictures, all that kind of stuff. So we like to target 1 bed, 1 bath places, just because if somebody's traveling with 1 or 2 people, that's a really good size for them. We always put a king bed in there, which I feel like is super nice for them to use.
And we also try to provide like a unique feature or something that's gonna make our listing stand out from the others. So sometimes we just use that king bed in our description, or we've done like some really cool accent walls just to kind of give something to make it pop off the page.
We also include an Xbox in each of our units. I have no idea if that does anything, but I don't know. I think that it would make a listing stand out if you're scrolling through and saw an Xbox with some games. I think it would be fun to do. I don't know if it works. We'll have to keep trying it. And we also try to find apartment complexes that have really good amenities too. So we find ones that have like a pool, a gym area, maybe like a pool table, or just like some common area. Just good amenities.
Yeah, so they can have fun.
Yes.
I do think it's also important to be centrally located. So if you're doing it in a big city, to find somewhere central or somewhere close to bus stops, track stations, things like that, so that they can get around once they move into your apartment.
So once we got that all set up, we listed it on Airbnb, and within 24 hours, I think, we got our first booking. We had set a discount for, I think, 20% off for the first 3 people that booked on Airbnb, and this single guy that was there for work booked for 3 months. Our rent on the place is around $2,000 with utilities, rent, and everything included, and he paid $2,600, so we were profiting off of that about $600.
So when we first came into this, you know, we were expecting like crazy profits because all these TikTok influencers were saying like, oh, you can double your rent if you do this. I maybe they're doing it, but also it seems a lot more reasonable to set a bar of maybe $500 to $600 per month per unit.
And doubling your rent can be possible, I guess, some months, because we did get it 1 month, but it seems like for the most part it's not that good. I mean, it's still good, but it's not like that good. So yeah, just set your expectations, I guess, a little bit lower than we had in the beginning, and then if it's more, then it'll be better. So after we got that first one set up, it kind of opened the door for some other ones. I kept calling around to Salt Lake. I don't know why I did, because I couldn't find anybody to let me, but I finally found this new apartment complex that allowed us to do it. Signed a corporate lease, kind of the same process. We got all the furniture in a few days, got it up and listed. It was a similar vibe as the Colorado one, where it was just a 1 bed, 1 bath that had the heated pool, hot tub, gym, all the nice amenities and that kind of stuff.
So that was our second unit, and then as we progressed, we were kind of looking for more, but also our tenants in our basement apartment moved out. So we decided, well, we have the money to buy some more furniture, why not do another midterm rental in our basement?
Because before, our long-term renters were paying $1,300, and now we had the opportunity to get $2,400, which just seemed like a lot better of a deal. It would cover our full mortgage, and the only thing we would be out is some furniture costs, so we decided to do that, and we just got that one set up not that long ago, like a month or two ago. But it's going good.
So far we have 3 units. We're hoping to get more in the future. It might... We are getting more in the future. Obviously, it's going to take some time. We're going to need to build up some more cash to buy some more furniture. But we're loving how it's going. Each unit's profiting about $600 per month. So about what we expected. And hopefully we can build this up to be a really strong business.
We are also under contract for a new house. So if it ends up going through, which it sounds like it probably will, then we can also furnish where we're currently living, do another midterm rental here, and then the new place that we're moving into, it has a basement apartment as well. So we could also do a midterm rental. That one might also be good to do a short-term rental just because of the area. So we might try that, but we'll probably just do a midterm rental there.
Yeah.
And just keep going with that. If we can come up with enough cash to furnish everything.
For sure. So with that new house, then we will have 5 midterm rentals, which we're really excited about. We do have a couple long-term properties, but we're just gonna keep chugging along and doing what we do.
One thing I was gonna say too is we post them on Airbnb, and the other place we post them on is Furnished Finder. You can get a lot of leads from Furnished Finder. You can do another video on that and how to manage all that, but just wanted to point that out that we do use both of those platforms. Those are the 2 main ones that I think most people use for midterm rentals.
So let us know if this video was helpful to you in any way. Please let us know if you have any questions. We're happy to answer them. We want to help you guys do midterm rentals as well, and we're really excited. We'll keep you updated with how everything goes.
Sorry if it was a little jumbled with everything. We're just trying to get back into this, and we just kind of wanted to let you know what we've been up to and just kind of what we're doing with this Airbnb thing. So hopefully you enjoyed, and we're back.
We're back, and hopefully to stay.
Maybe not. But yes.
See ya.
Bye.